Baby, a challenging behavior can be spotted a mile away. Yes, I said it. If we focused on the classroom and what was going on in it, you could see that behavior getting ready to strike up. Today, I want to give you 3 things that you can do to combat that challenging behavior. Hey, if you're new around here, I'm Coach Ty, and on this channel, we talk about all things children, all things childcare, and all things childcare professionals. So if that is you and you enjoy content like that, hit the subscribe button, click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any content I put out. Now, today's video is one for the teacher who is over it. Okay, I'm talking about you have children in there kicking, screaming, fighting, pushing, shoving. They're doing all the things, and all you're trying to do is just keep the classroom sane. Today, it's all about you. Learn 3 things that you can do to combat those challenging behaviors. The first thing you need to do is you need to be proactive in the matter. What does that even look like? That means that you know exactly what is going on in that classroom at all times. You have eyes in the back of your head, your ears are tuned in and turned on, and you are fully committed to what is going on in your classroom. It is nothing worse than something breaking out in the classroom, challenging behavior starts in the room, and you don't know what in the world took place. You have to be proactive. You have to know what is going on, when it's about to strike, and who's about to do it all, right? Because at the end of the day, when you don't know what is happening, how can you even be proactive? How can you be in that classroom focused on all the things that is going on when you don't even know what's going on? You got to be proactive. You have to know that Sally is in the block station with Jake, and it may turn into a whole scuffle in about 2 seconds. You have to know that. You also have to be proactive enough to make sure that you don't put the right people in the right places, right? Or should I say the wrong people in the wrong places. You have to be able to group your kiddos the way they need to go when there's going to be times in the classroom where you are not going to be everywhere at all times. Group them accordingly. Don't put Sarah and Jake together if you know they're going to turn up with each other. Do not put Suzette and Jim together if you know they're going to turn up with each other. Make sure that you group them accordingly because you're being proactive, because you are focused and paying attention to what is going on in the room. You always need to know. You have to know what is happening. And in order to combat some of that challenging behavior, you must be proactive in the matter. The second thing that you need to ensure that you do is when it all takes place, right? When you're sitting here trying to figure out how in the world did you punch her in the face? You need to understand what led up to that behavior. Listen to me again. Your job is to figure out how did it take place, because it is nothing worse than a parent coming into your classroom going, hey, my daughter has a knot on her head and I'm trying to figure out why. Honey, you need to understand what took place so that you can explain to Suzette's mom that she has a knot on her head because she and Jim were fighting over a pot in the dramatic play, or knocking each other across the head with blocks in construction station. You need to be able to write a report so that parents can get that. But you won't be able to do any of those things if you don't understand what led up to the fight, what led up to the argument, what led up to the other child being physical with said friend. You have to understand what led up. And the one thing that we as teachers have to commit to doing is knowing what is going on, knowing the surroundings, knowing what is happening in that classroom. Because listen, if you don't understand what led up to that situation, it's going to be really hard for that parent to gain your trust if you're in that classroom going, I don't know, I'm not sure, Challenging behaviors start when we don't know. Challenging behaviors take place when we can't remember what took place. That's when it all starts. That's when kids become out of control because you are very unaware of what is going on in your room. So the first thing you need to do is you need to be proactive. Make sure that there are no booby traps and things set up for your babies to fail and for those challenging behaviors to start. But if for whatever reason it is, the second thing that you need to do is you need to understand what led up to it so that you can fix it later on. So that you can go back and say, you know what? I probably shouldn't have put those two together. Or I probably shouldn't have did that. No, girl, you should not have put them together. Because in whatever situation you find yourself in, you have to be able to go back and figure out what you did wrong so that you fix it the next time and it becomes right again. Okay? The third thing that you need to do is before you try to go over there and soothe out the fights and try to get on to somebody about what took place and why did you hit her with the block and why did you punch him with, a shoe or whatever they did. Before you go over there trying to do that, I need you to connect before you correct. That's the third thing that you need to do. Before you go over there trying to be the end all be all, the police, the detective, and all the things, connect with your kiddos. You need to be able to say to Jim, who just punched Sarah in the face, I am trying to figure out what made you feel like that was okay to do. Jim, I understand that you're very frustrated, but do you not see that Suzette has an ice pack now? Can you explain to Miss Ty what took place? What was going on in your mind that made you think that that was okay? Can I see your gentle hands? Do you even have gentle hands? You need to really connect with him so that he understands that the behavior that he just displayed in this classroom is wrong. And then use the rules. You should have rules set up in your room. So I used to tell my kiddos, hey, look over there at the rules. That rule says gentle hands. You did not use gentle hands. Look at Suzette's head. Look at what Suzette is looking like right now. She's really feeling ways with you right now. Do you understand why she's feeling the ways? And then I'd let Suzette connect with him as well. Tell Jim why you're feeling the way you feel, Suzette. Tell him what is going on in your mind. What are you thinking? I'm sad with him. I don't want to be his friend anymore. Jim, do you understand why Suzette doesn't want to be your friend? Make the connection with your kids. Make sure that they understand that at the end of the day, what you did was wrong. There was nothing right about you putting your hand on a friend. But you have to connect. You have to help them to understand that. Connecting looks like maybe you sitting Jim down in a chair, you sitting next to him. You making sure that you're eye level with him so that he gets what it is that you're saying. His eyes are not wandering all over the room, and he's looking everywhere and not connecting with you. Your job is to connect with your kids before you go over there scolding them, wagging your finger, trying to tell them what they did was wrong. Connect with them because they're going to tell you then why they did what they did. Miss Ty, I hit her with the block because she took it out of my hand. Then that is dialogue between the three of you. Suzette, do you think that that was okay for you to take that block out of Jim's hand? Do you think he liked that? You have to connect with your babies before you start to correct them. Because there is nothing worse than a teacher who has no connection with a child, trying to tell them what they did and why she's unhappy with what they did. Kids don't like that. They cannot connect with you on that level when that challenging behavior starts because you've not connected with me all this time. Like, you only come over here to bother me when I'm doing something wrong. But I need for you to connect with me on a level that is going to make me know that you care about me more when I'm doing something wrong. That I'm not your arch enemy because I've done something wrong. That you're going to connect in a way that makes me know, okay, she's sad with me. She doesn't hate me. She doesn't dislike me. She's just sad with the behavior that I displayed. Your one job is to show them that you're sad about what they did, not that you dislike them or that you hate them, okay? So I want you to do 3 things. I'm going to go over them again. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You got this. I know you do. The first thing you need to do is you need to be proactive. Set up stations so that stations don't fail you and stations don't fail your babies. Set them up properly. Put the right people in the right places. Make sure that at the end of the day, when friends are choosing their stations, they are choosing the way you know that they're going to be successful. Don't let them choose the stations and 4 friends have gone in and those are the 4 dramatic friends in the room, right? Those are the ones that are going to cause all kind of challenging behaviors. All the fighting and fussing and cussing is going to start in that specific station. Maybe you set it up to where you say, you know what? I got some other ideas over here, friends. Come on over here. Look at what we got going on in art station. Look at what we have going on in writing station. But set them up for success, not failure, okay? So be proactive. Second thing you need to do is when it all kicks off, right? And challenging behavior starts, people start fussing and fighting and cussing and screaming and doing all the things. You need to then go figure out what took place. Understand what happened so that you as a teacher, you as the instructor can prevent those things from happening again. And then the last thing you need to do, my friend, is connect with the child before you try to correct them. It is not fair for you to be all over these children like white on rice, but you've never developed a relationship with them. So I just would like for you to connect with your babies before you start trying to bang the gavel and be the judge and do all the things that we teachers sometimes can do, okay? Thank you so much for enjoying my video, Challenging Behaviors. I'm going to leave some resources down in the description. You are more than welcome to check them out. I promise you they're really, really good and they're going to really help you connect with some of these things that I identified as strategies today. I also want to invite you to a free training that I'm doing. Yes, a free training. It is April 15th, 2026 at 7 p.m. on virtual Zoom. So I want you to get connected. I want you to get in the room so that I can fully go in depth on how you combat challenging behaviors. This is going to take your classroom from chaos to calm. So get in the room. The link is in the description down below. So I really, really want you to connect with me. Get in the room. It's free. You have no reason not to be there. And I'll see you then.